Have you said you had a reading before?
Yeah.
Oh, got lots of them?
Yep.
So you're all?
Probably 3 or 4.
3 or 4 times? Okay. So, what do you need to know, Dave? Okay, well, we'll get to you. And we'll see what's going on here. Dave, do you want to go sit with Lisa? He wants to sit with his mama. He loves his mama. Don't you, Dave? We've only had him since August. So he's just getting used to it. All right, so we're going to connect to your guides and see what your guides have to tell you. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to sit a little bit more in front. Sorry, Jen. Okay, and I'm going to see what your guides want you to know. Okay. And I need to take a deep breath and let it down. I won't know anything I'm not supposed to know. Okay. What do you have a connection? What is that? Wants to go up like I'm holding. I'm just going to throw. Is this a Statue of Liberty? Do you have a connection with that?
Yes.
Okay.
I come from New York.
Okay. I didn't hear it before, I swear to you. I know she said, is everybody here from New York? But I only knew at least. Okay. Just wondered why. I'm like, I don't really see the whole statue, but I see the arm up like that. So, okay, I'm going to ask them why they're showing me that. Okay. They bring up you actually missing home. How long have you been here?
A long time.
Is there a 23 around there, like 20-something years?
Probably more than that.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know that. Okay, I'm going to ask them why they're. Do you actually miss home?
No.
Okay, so you don't miss New York at all. Glad to be there. Okay. All right. All right. Well, let me ask them a little bit more about why they're bringing this up in general, or what they need you to know. It might take me a second to get through to you. Sometimes men are intimidating. I'll be honest, because I know you said you've had readings, but there's a strength there with, and it can happen with women too, but in a masculine energy that makes me have to kind of get in there. All right, so come on, guys. I'm gonna pull around a little bit more facing you.
The rugs.
That's all right. I got it. All righty. A little technical difficulty. All right, let me see. All right, what do you want him to know? Okay. All right. Okay. And don't laugh at me when I tell you this, but they want you to know, and you've heard this before, but they're going to let you know that life is not a picnic, and there's a lot of paperwork to be done. Does this make sense to you?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, you can disagree if you want. Is this literal paperwork or is this figurative?
Probably a bit of both.
Okay. All right. It's okay. So I'm going to ask them where they're going with this. Since they've given me this sort of metaphorical thing that could fit with a lot of people, I want to ask them to be a little bit more specific. Okay. They're telling me that you're actually, and I quote, feeling a lot of pressure to get things done. Do you know what these things are?
Yeah.
Okay. So as long as you know what they were. When I asked you, just out of curiosity, I said, does he work with his hands? They said yes and no. Okay. So can I ask what you actually do for a living?
I work in a warehouse.
Okay.
Contact lens warehouse.
Okay. So it's not necessarily what I would consider working with hands, but maybe that's why they're showing me a yes and a no. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I use mine on occasion too. So that makes sense to me. Okay. So I'm going to ask them where they're going with this, because they seem to have this sort of work-related and theme. Okay. All right, I see where you're going there. I get you guys. Okay, they're showing me, okay, I guess you'd say almost your personality. They're telling me that you do not let a lot of things out. You sort of hold everything in, and we're talking emotions, we're talking feelings, we're even talking verbally, that you tend to keep it close to the vest, I guess you'd say, and only very select people are allowed to truly know your opinions and your heart. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, you're not just one that goes out there and splits or spills it. And they're saying that this. Why are you bringing up politics? Is this yes? I'm not even going there. Okay, they threw something in, and then I'm going to have to go figure it out, and I don't even want to go there, because I thought they had originally said even with politics, and I wanted to double check to make sure they weren't twisting the words for me. But we'll just let that go. Did you just recently attend? I want to say like a function or a barbecue or a buffet where it was an event for someone or something?
No.
Okay, why are they showing me that? Hold on. It's almost like a, oh, they're as tight with the information as you are. So that's okay. That's okay. We'll get there.
My guides.
We'll get there. And that's okay, because I'm going to ask them to separate from you. And they're not going to tell me anything that I'm not supposed to know, but I just want to know why they're showing me this like VFW kind of function or something that you attended. Pancake breakfast, something like that. It was no function at all?
No.
Okay. Why do you show me? Maybe you need to get out more. No. No, that was me just being funny. They did not say that. They did not say that. I guess I honestly don't know what that is, and it may come to you later. Oh, well, we had lunch with so-and-so. That's an outing or a function. But this, to me, felt more like an evening out, a pancake breakfast, a VFW function, a function for somebody else. So I will just leave that because I don't even know what it is. But I want to see if they want you to do anything differently. And when I asked, does he need to get out more? Does he need to reach out to people? And they said, no, not really. As long as you're comfortable and don't feel like you need to be doing anything differently, they're saying no, that you don't. What is that? Do you do crossword puzzles?
No, not really. Occasionally.
Occasionally? Okay. Well, it's better than me. I can probably say it's been 10 years since I've done a crossword puzzle. Okay, why are you showing me the crossword puzzles? Okay, they're just going back to the you stay inside your own brain. Okay, and it can get, it feels like a very safe place to be, but it can, I guess you'd say, get a little lonely in there? Does that make sense? Okay, that's all right. Doesn't mean you have to change or do anything different. They're just, I guess their way of getting through is to show me your personality. And just so you know, we have never met before, folks. I do not know this gentleman. Okay, so now that we understand his personality and that he's a very private person and a very quiet person and a very, I wouldn't necessarily say introverted, but just a very, very private person, is there something that you want him to know that can be said in public? Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say anything that's uncomfortable, because I'll say, I can get in there. I'm just not going to push it. Okay, and they have to be willing to tell me. Okay. Okay, I'll give you this one. That you have an affinity for animals. That you do like them.
Yes.
Okay? And it's because of the honest relationship with them. That they don't pretend to be anything they're not, where humans do.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and this is a recurring theme in your life with just your connections with other people, friends and family and stuff, is that you have I guess you'd say you're very empathic, and you have a unique ability to know people's hearts, and that's what keeps you, I guess you'd say, a little bit more closed and keeping it closer to the vest, because you see what other people don't see. And some of that's not pretty. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense. Is he the one? Okay. Bingo, we have a winner. I was told earlier, before we started this a couple days ago, that we were going to have what is referred to as an earth angel in our midst. Okay. Do you know what that is?
Not him.
You don't think that is? No. These people are very, I guess you'd say, they just look it up. It makes sense. It'll make sense to you. You're a rules person? Like, you follow the rules.
Try to, yeah.
Yeah, it'll actually bother you to do something, even if it's like a stop sign out in the middle of nowhere. You stop because that's the rule.
I think more so other people not following the rules bothers me more.
Okay, gotcha. And but go look it up. I mean, look up several sources, because some are one of those sources that says you can be like this or completely like that, or you can be like this or completely like that. And you're thinking, really, anybody could fit in there. But find a good source, and I'll even send you one, and you will go down that row of things, and you'll see him. Okay. You will see him. People ask you to do stuff or ask him for help, and he's there.
All the time.
Okay. And even stuff that I would hate. Thank you. Can you help me move? You have a truck? Mm-hmm. Can you help me move? Can you help me pick this up? Can you help me pick up this barbecue? Can you do this? Can you do that? And you're there. It doesn't matter who it is. You ask and he'll do it. Those are earth angels, but earth angels like to follow the rules. And they don't like it when other people don't either. It drives them nuts. And some of us are grammar police too. If we do that, I don't like that. But you'll see that's who he is. It doesn't mean he's an angel incarnated necessarily on earth, but it's just the essence of who you are, and it's going to make huge sense. And then you can email me and go, oh my God, that's him. So that's him to a T. And I'm trying to think of what else, because I had to go look it up, because it's not necessarily just people who swoop in and do something good and then leave again and nobody never knows who. Those are angels too, but these are people who are just put here on this earth to help other people. And if you had your choice of work to be doing, what you're doing now probably wouldn't be it. No. Okay, it would be something that you had control over, but it would be more in the helping profession of helping people. But don't worry about, and I don't mean to get on you about being, you're not closed off by any means. You are just very, I guess you'd say, careful about doling out your energy and your I guess you'd say your essence to everyone. It's just it's handed out where it's needed and deserved, and it just helps keep you from seeing things that you don't want to see. There are just not a big television watcher. It depends. For example, dramas, crimes, things that really wrench the heart or make you think about the world in I guess a nasty way. Not your bag. Way. Yeah, not CSI Miami. Not your bag. Okay, he's that. Go look it up. Come on, people. Go look. That's you. That's you. And it's okay. If you ever thought, why does this bother me? Everybody else watches it. It's so popular. It's okay. It's who you are. It's because you've got a big heart and you know it. And you're and the way you are as far as keeping that energy and even your own opinions close to the vest is just who you need to be. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if anybody ever tells you, and I hope I'm not getting, you need to be more open. You need to tell me what you're feeling. You need to be more communicative. Okay, you know what? You have to listen to the people in your life, but take it for what it's worth. It's just who you are, and you're okay. You don't ever think you're doing anything wrong or you're supposed to be another way. It's just who you are. So you're good right there. So yeah. So did I get him in trouble? Are you not mad at me?
Oh no,
okay.
not at all.
No, you two are married?
Yeah.
Okay. So now every time you say you need to open up and you need to be, I'm going to be in the doghouse. Because she said, Samantha said, I didn't have to tell you anything. I didn't have to be more communicative. So I do say, respect your wife. You respect your wife and help where, do the things she needs you to do as far as speaking your mind and your heart. But I think you kind of have that unspoken connection as it is. Between the two of you, and we'll take a look at you and see where and how you fit into his life as well. But now I'm in trouble. So I said you shouldn't have to listen to you. So no, I did not say you do not have to listen to your wife. I said that it's okay. But so now he'll clam up and never tell you anything. It's like, I don't have to, because that's where I am. So don't worry, he's never going to get a big head about that and say, well, I'm an earth angel. I don't have to do anything. Yeah.
He's going to say that on the way home.
Yeah. But please do look but please do look it up, because it will help you understand who you are as a person and as a, I guess you'd say a personality. And so once you understand that, there's things that we do like rules. Like I'm a big one on rules. I was like, if there's a stop sign and I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I stop. And you'd be hard pressed to get me to roll through a stop sign, because that's the rule. You're supposed to stop there. But I often wonder, well, you shouldn't worry about it so much. You should just be more free-spirited like everybody. You shouldn't care. But I've learned that because I know who I am, that I don't have to change or be somebody else because other people say so. So, unless my husband says so, and then I still don't listen. Where is it? Well, there. Ooh, I'm in trouble now. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so no, he's a good guy. He doesn't get them. He knows He knows that my life is crazy. Okay, so we're going to disconnect from you, and I'm going to connect to you. And because you are related, there will be some intertwining, but that's okay because I'm going to ask your guides to come forward for you instead. I still feel like I'm in big trouble.
You're not.
You signed that waiver thing, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, so, okay. So now we know. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask to be disconnected from him, and I'm going to go ahead and connect to you. And no, I just get, have we met before?
Mm-hmm.
When did we meet?
You did my first Reiki.
Good Lord, I don't know.
It's been a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. Okay. So I'm a completely different person, right? Mm-hmm. Please tell me yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I'm going to connect to you. I still feel like I'm in trouble. All right, I'm not in trouble. Mm-mm. All right, I'm going to connect with you. Okay, I'm going to ask your guides to come forward. Okay. Oh, they're funny. Okay. You know what the first thing they say? She wears pants. Is this true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all right. It's not a bad thing. Okay. And so, actually, sometimes that sometimes that frustrates you, that you feel like you have to make a lot of the decisions. Mm-hmm. Okay, mm-hmm. Does that make sense? And that you would love to just dump it on him and have him do it, but it just doesn't happen that way. Yep. And it's now you're going to see the dynamic between the two of you, and that'll help kind of take the stress off of it. So where oh, I just jumped to him, and I got to get my own husband out of the room. He's okay. Okay, so just so you know that, and now as you understand the dynamic between the two of you, that sometimes those things that might bother you, like I'm so tired of making all the decisions, you'll be a little bit more okay with it because now you'll understand who he is a little bit more. I'm thinking, they showed me something and it had to do with the lawn, and I couldn't figure out which one of you mowed the lawn, so I don't even know what's going on there.
I mow the lawn.
Okay, so that's good, because originally I'm like, does she mow the lawn like I do? And then they went to you, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute, maybe that's my ego, so that's why I was going to let that go, but they did pull to you. Okay, alrighty, and okay, I'm just going to ask them, instead of asking, I'm going to ask them to come forward and tell me what you need to know. Okay, stop with the metaphors, give me something a little bit better. Okay. Okay, just yes or no. Is your mother here or passed?
No.
She's passed?
No.
She's still here.
She's still here.
Okay, that's good.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's good because it makes me understand this more. Because now I just lost what they had said to me. Show me again the situation with her mother. Oh, I dropped it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I dropped that. It just went right out of my head because it had to do with your mom. Okay, I'm going to come back to that if they'll show it to me again, because they showed me something very interesting and then they pulled it away and I don't even remember what it was. So go ahead and show me something else. I have to be a little bit more specific. Go ahead. What do you want her to know? Okay. Okay, thank you. This is not what they showed me before, even though I can't remember what it was, but I'm going to tell you anyway. They're telling me that your relationship with your mom is not necessarily what you'd want it to be, but it's okay. And they're actually showing me a bit of a, strain. Does that make sense? Or are you guys really close?
We're really close. We were separate a while ago.
Okay, why are they telling me it's not really what you'd want it to be?
Because I miss her.
Okay, that makes more sense, because there was, like I said, they threw something, then they pulled it back, and then they made me completely forget it, and that doesn't happen that often. Okay, let me ask them to be a little bit more clear. Okay. They go all over the place with you. Go specific. This isn't necessarily in relationship to your what's going on with you, too, but they're telling me that you don't always have to be the strong one. Okay? I don't know where that fits, in all honesty, so I'm not going to tell you it's between you two, and I'm not going to necessarily tell you it's between you and your mom. I'm not sure what that means.
Okay.
Okay? I have to put something over here for a second. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and come forward for me a little bit more. And show me backwards. Okay. Show me. You're a little harder for a second. And it's not your fault. It's not entirely your fault. Something just came up that was in my way. So I'm going to take a look. Come forward and show me. What do you want her to know? Okay. Okay, when I asked them if you listen to them, they said all the time. Okay, so you are listening. Okay, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure I know what they're saying.
Okay,
I'm
but you do. You make every attempt to listen,
Yes.
and you do, and you're doing the homework. Okay, and who is it that digs in the yard? Is that you?
Yeah.
Gardening,
Yeah.
digging in the yard, something like that. Okay, why are you showing me digging in the yard? They just want to let me know to tell you that that's actually really good for you.
Okay.
Okay, so if you were ever even concerned that it was something you shouldn't bother doing, or I don't need to do the yard or something, it's actually good for you on a spiritual level, if that makes any sense to you. Do you do this work for the gardening work or whatever it is in your yard for the purpose of a spiritual connection, or you just do it for to beautify your yard?
Beautification at this point.
Okay. Well, do you understand the connection that we make with grounding and centering when we work with the earth?
Yes.
Okay. So just understand that it is, while it might be first and foremost in your mind that it's for yard beautification, there is a definite necessity to ground and center, and that's a perfect way to do it.
Okay.
Is to just be out there working with the yard and working with the dirt.
Okay.
And not really? Oh my gosh, they go all the way, because I asking if you had an elemental connection, and they said no, not really. So not really the fairy realm and all that kind of thing for you, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that doesn't make you're not drawn to that at all. That's what they're showing me. You can disagree if you want,
Oh,
but
no,
they're showing me that you're not really drawn to that. Okay, let me take a look. Boy, you're a hard one. I'm coming closer.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Show me. Where do you want to go with her? What they're doing for me, and it's being really hard, is they're only giving me like one or two little words, and then they back away and they give me one or two little words for something else. So for example, they showed me high school, and they showed me like some kind of uniform or something, and then they just drop it and go right to something else. So they're confusing the hell out of me. And I'm going to get to this even if it takes me a minute. Okay, so, alrighty. Let's do this for you, because you're a straight to the point kind of person, right? And I think that's what's pissing them off, is that we're going around and around in circles. Give me this, give me that. Let's go straight to the point. What do you want to ask them?
What's blocking me?
Okay, good, fair enough. Let's ask, because I think that's why they're jerking me around like this, is because they don't want to. What do you? Okay. All right, what is blocking you? And we're talking just in general in life and in moving forward, or do you have a specific area in life you're looking at?
My spirituality.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Okay, thank you. They're telling me you don't trust yourself. You listen, you are listening all the time, and you hear, but you're not trusting what you're hearing.
Yep.
Okay? And they're also telling me this because there's not very many people, if anyone, to even back you up and validate you. Okay? Does that make sense? Do you have a lot of spiritual friends that can help you through this, or do you have nobody?
I do now.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and utilize those people in your life, or whatever other sources that you need to back you up, because they said this basically you're in your own way. Okay? That your connection is there, but you're not even trusting yourself. And there is, hang on, I want you guys to show me there's more behind this. And they're telling me because people have told you this isn't real. Who's told you that? Or is that a general theme in your life?
I'm thinking general.
Okay, that's fine. It's basically we've gotten in our own thoughts have gotten in our own way. Okay, so with that being said, I want to ask them what they want you to do to sort of break through that and move forward. And you're going to have to be a little specific. Don't give me too many generic terms. Okay. Your guidance comes to you in dreams? Okay. Okay. They just wanted to let you know that that's part of some of the misconception, is because while they can be very specific, it is very difficult for some people to grasp the fact that a dream is truly a message. Okay, so while they are messages, there can be elements of those dreams that make us go, oh, that's crazy, I remember, I just saw that on TV last night. But there was part of the dream that's a message too. So this is where you're getting confused, is you're believing it, and then your, I guess you'd say, terrestrial world is getting in there too, and it's making you all confused. So utilize the dreams, but you're going to need to find another avenue to really connect with your spiritual self and your guides and your higher self, so you can understand the information that's coming through and use it quite well. You don't use cards? When I asked, they said no.
No, I've got some, but I don't use
Okay,
them.
because I wanted to, when I asked and they said no, I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's not the way that she goes through the cards. Show me a way that you want her to work so she can work through her own, okay. Thank you. One of the ways that they want you to kind of, I guess you'd say, work through your own, I guess you say, skepticism. And Lisa, don't even say it if she's even in the room, because I'm a huge skeptic of myself, is to just get with more people and have conversations and have like the chat groups where you just ladies sit around and talk about these things that have happened, to help people, have you take a look at your own experiences and validate them for you. And then the more people you talk to, the more you'll, I guess you'd say, get the bigger picture, and you'll understand more. And then that I guess you say confidence will come in. And so when you start hearing your guidance, it'll make more sense to you, because there are many times that you've experienced something, you knew something was going to happen, or you had that feeling and you just sort of brushed it aside, and it probably got validated, but you weren't really looking well enough. Okay, does that make sense to you? Like, oh, I think that tire's, I just feel like I should back off from that guy in front of me. And you back off, and the next thing you know, he slams on his brakes. But you're not giving yourself credit for how the information came through. Okay, that's what they're trying to show you, if that makes any sense. So the more people you can sit and validate with, or even maybe try to read for or something, the more you will understand the way that this guidance is coming in. And it's not that you have to learn how to read people for professional reasons if you don't want to, but it's a matter of believing and understanding and validating what you hear. Because you have no problem, like when you know somebody for something, or something for somebody else, you don't have a question in your mind. You will tell them and help them and say, this is what I see, this is what I know, this is what I feel. But when it comes to you, you're like, oh, I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's there. It's a matter of, I guess you say, just having the time and service to understand what it means for you. And I do understand, though, that it just takes time. It just really, really takes time. And when we're talking about getting and receiving information for ourselves, it's harder than for other people, and because we have our own ego and we have our own whole world of experiences put inside of our head that we can, like you said, ego, that we can bounce back off of. But when you're talking to your friend and you say, oh, I know this for you, I know it, I know it, I know it, I know it, that ego doesn't jump in, does it? No. You just tell them. So they're saying you're getting in your own way. But it's interesting how they came through at first, just throwing stuff at me and for no explanation and no guidance, because I finally had to figure out, they're talking to me, they're trying to show me your personality as a straightforward person. And it's like, don't dick around with these questions. Don't jerk around with these questions. Let's get to the point. What does she want to know? Not what do you? Okay, so this, if this helps understand to anybody who's having a reading, why a reader might not get what you're looking for, is because it's the way I'm going in to look for it is really, they're not having any of that. Okay. It's a waste of their time. You're straightforward. You go right to them, ask them the question, get the answer, move on, and trust it, because they will kick you in the ass. Okay. If you don't start listening and trusting yourself, because there is a big avenue for you to do this type of work, even if you just do it privately and for yourself and for your friends. Right. But there's also another avenue to do it professionally as well, if there's any inclination to do that. And if you feel more comfortable at first using cards or something, go ahead, but keep trying all these different things until you find the one way that works well for you. Just out of curiosity, how do you learn best? Do you learn best by listening to a lecture? Do you learn best by taking notes? Do you learn best by watching a video of something? Or do you have to be hands-on and practice
Maybe
it?
a little bit of everything.
Okay, good. No, that explains a lot, because how we learn best is often how we receive our information. I learn best by watching and listening to a video and maybe taking some notes. So I'm audient and I'm empath, feeling. So, but if you get a little bit from everywhere, it's time to tune that in and figure out exactly how. So try cards, try channeling, try doing all these different things until you figure out which way you get your information best. And then that'll help you, I guess you'd say, filter it as it comes in for you. Okay, so you can trust what you receive for yourself even more. But do understand that it's hard to trust our guidance that's for ourselves, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. Because I'm telling you, there have been times where you just knew, oh, I better not do that, and you were darn right. Okay? You listened, you heard, you acted on it. It's not that hard. You just have to trust yourself. Okay. So, and who are we? We still have you. Oh, Dave found a friend. Okay. All right. So hopefully that makes sense.
Yes.
And I hope that this helps you all see how it's hard, how we work as well. It's different for everybody. So, and then I guess I wish I could have people see what I see, because that would make huge sense if I could just flash these pictures up for you and go, what does that mean to you? Why is that guy holding up this, like this? Like, I didn't get the whole statue, I just got an arm that wanted to keep going up like this. Or sometimes my fingers will want to type, or I'll want to do this. I'm like, why are my hands doing this? Oh, because I ride motorcycle. You know, if I just asked, I probably would have gotten it. But no, I'm just watching my hands want to do this, or my hands just want to rub my knee. Well, I have arthritis in my knees. I'm like, okay, that would be why. Or my toes want to curl up. Well, I have, foot problems. And, but sometimes they'll come through and say, she's got foot problems. I'm like, well, why can't it always be like that? Because different guides and different beings show me things in different ways, and in the ways that they can communicate to me and the ways they know that I'll understand, or at least try to understand. So, who wants next? She likes because I know you're going, I don't know what she's going to say. I got you on that one earlier. Okay, so we're going to go and sit there, and Dave can sit here. He's a mama's boy.
I said children and dogs,
Yeah.
animals.
Dave.